What's up, people? What's up, people? Happy Sunday and welcome to my car chronicle. Look at that. That's that exercising. That's that go hard. Yeah, I am super tanned. But anyway, it is Sunday. Normally I'm doing my podcast. I haven't been on my podcast lately. I've been kind of wanting a car chronicle, like kick it with y'all on Instagram, on my IGTV, and just, coming to you every now and again with a little car chronicle, switching it up. Last podcast was dope. I interviewed Cole Rose. If you haven't heard it, we had a few technical difficulties as far as the recording and everything, but we managed to make it work, and we managed to talk about some real good stuff on the podcast, so that was super dope. So today I got up this morning and I left the house at about 9:30 maybe, and I went and bought my little grandbaby for a walk with me. I do my 3-mile walk in the morning. I do my 3 miles in the evening. That's normally how I get my little exercise in. Outside of anything that else I might do, like maybe hit my boxing bag in the garage or lift some weights or something like that. It's been a while since I actually ever did like a lot of that, extra stuff outside of walking in the morning and then walking again in the evening. But I'm about to get back on it. The evolution of Zeta Michelle is happening next month on September the 12th. Yeah, my birthday is coming up and I'll be releasing my single, The Freedom of Speech. I'm excited about that. But anyway, so this morning as I was walking on the trail, I was trying to figure out what I should, what church I should go to. Where should I attend service this morning? Should I go to LA and join one LA with Pastor Torrey and Sarah Jakes Roberts, or should I go to New Home Ministries with my pops? My pops, Bishop Blakes, and my mom, Lady Lisa Blake. So I was like, okay, let me go pop in New Home. So I popped in New Home, then I popped out of New Home, then I popped in one LA. And then after that, I just kind of meditated and walked a little bit. And so as I was walking, and this is no shot out, no shot to nobody or nothing like that, but I was walking and I was thinking how not just society, but how this world like literally trained us, y'all. Like the world has trained us, and you got to figure out a way to untrain yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You got to figure out a way to untrain yourself. What do you mean, Zeta? Okay, to make it comfortable. What do you mean, Zeta, untrain yourself? I'm going to tell you what I mean by untrain yourself. I was walking, and, I'm walking with my little grandbaby and, pushing a stroller. That was the workout because old girl, like, she got to be somewhat 25, 30 pounds for a 1-year-old. So, nah, maybe I'm exaggerating. I would say 20 pounds. Anyway, so I'm walking with her, and she started tripping after a while because we've been out there. We do 3 miles. We had been out there about a 2-mile point. She started getting aggravated, so I gave her my phone, and I put on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That entertained her for like 2 or 3 minutes. She was over it. She was bored. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead on now and put on something else. So I found these kids songs, and it had like Old MacDonald and all that other stuff playing and all that. So she was digging that. She was into that. So either way the car go, I'm walking, and while I'm walking, the idea of how we've allowed society and trends and fads and fame and popularity of others to literally train us, now. And it brought me back to the whole aspect of the city girls, because we getting flued out. Everybody thought it was a joke when the girls was like, we're gonna flew you out, but not knowing that was the lingo that they use. So we getting flued out. So before you know it, everybody wanted to get flued out. And then it brought me back to, Cardi B. Ow. Everybody and their mama was saying, ow. Then it got Meg Thee Stallion. Ah. Everybody and their mama is Meg Thee Stallion now. And it's above me now. It's above me now. Everybody's saying it's above me now. Beyonce came out with her Oh, but now I'm going back. All the single ladies. Now, when all the singles ladies came out, this one I noticed every female and a mama putting on bathing suits to go outside. Trained. So now I want y'all to think I'm just, it's Sundays either. You should quote a scripture or something. I ain't got none. I ain't quoting no scripture. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just talking to you. I'm talking about everyday practical things, because sometimes we need those practical principles, and sometimes we need that practical conversation to kind of get us in a headspace to where we can think more on the spiritual level as well. So, with that being said, so then I flip over. I flip over and I leave Cardi B, I leave Meg Thee Stallion, I leave the city girls, I leave the boy that say is above me, I leave the girl that say you about to lose your job. Don't get me wrong, some of it is cute, and you find yourself saying some of this stuff because I've been one too to do the same thing. I've been the one to pick up on the lingo that the kids be saying, and I'm like, oh, you toe up, you chew, oh, I know you lying. You know what I mean? So those things come into play, but I'm talking about allowing the ways of the world and the systems of the world to train you. So I'm thinking, right? My birthday getting ready to come up. My new growth, my hair is showing. And I'm saying to myself, oh, my birthday coming up, I got to get my hair done. Oh, my birthday come up, I want to do a photo shoot. Now, 9 times out of 10, people do, when their birthday comes up, they want to get doed up. They want to do photo shoots and all that other stuff. And I'm still undecided on whether or what I'm going to do, or if I'm going to do anything at all. And it's even getting this hair redid over because, like, I'm comfortable right now at this state. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Those things, you got to get money, and when you get your money, you got to do this, you got to do that. You want to sell stocks and CDs now. Everybody want to get into stocks and CDs. I don't have the knowledge. I don't know how. So once I get the appropriate knowledge and I know how to do those things, then I'll probably look into that. But I'm not just about to pop into it because everybody else pop into it. Total life changes. I'm a total life changes ambassador. I see some of these girls working it, selling it. Total life changes. Ambassadors, presidents, rising stars, all this stuff. It wasn't for me. But I wanted to jump on a bandwagon and make the investment. I like the products. My only thing is, I ain't trying to sell them like that. I ain't trying to sling them like that. My girl, she got her book out or whatever. She doing her thing. She all over the place with her book. That ain't my thing. That's not me. And sometimes we get caught up in doing so many things that we see other people do that we miss what it is that we actually supposed to be doing ourselves and for ourselves. And so, I'm just walking, and I'm walking Mila, and Mila walking, and I'm pushing a stroller, and I'm thinking. And then I think about the systems of the church. I had to ask myself, why is it that every pastor I see talk like this? Well, get on your feet, people of God, because the Lord said. I don't get it. Trained. Don't get me wrong. Association brings upon assimilation. I get it. It's true. You do supposed to have some of the characteristics of the people that you sit under, or the people that mentor you and things of that sort, but you don't get so systematic and so robotic that you lose yourself and you don't even know how to have a normal conversation with people. I'm just saying. Trained. And so I'm thinking about all this. And then I'm thinking about where I'm at with my project, the freedom of speech. I feel like with the freedom of speech, I did not want, and I know y'all heard me say this before, but I just didn't want it to come across messagey. You know what I mean? I wanted to have fun. I wanted it to be good music. I wanted it to be inspiring. I wanted it to be fun. I wanted to have fun doing it. And I did. I did my own thing. I did what God called me and made me to do on this album, The Freedom of Speech. I had fun. Y'all get ready for the little docu-segment that we going that we putting together right now, that's going to be coming on IGTV soon, and also on my YouTube channel and on my website and stuff like that. But trained, you know what I mean? I don't know. And I don't deem myself to be a judgmental person. I don't. But I just see so many tricks of the trade and so many things that people do just because they saw other people do it. You know what I mean? Just because they seen so and so put on this event, now they're gonna try to put on this event too. No clue what they're doing. No way, haven't did the research, haven't made the investments or nothing, but just popping out doing stuff because old girl doing it. You got your own race to run. You got your own lane to to drive in. Now, every now and then, if you swerve and you find yourself in another lane and that lane works for you, then that's good. That's cool. That's fine. But the problem that I'm having, and not necessarily the problem, the thing that I'm looking at is trained. And I talk to my girls, my daughters all the time, and I tell them all the time, you ain't got to do what everybody else doing. You ain't got to look like everybody else looking. You know what I mean? Half naked is the new sexy. You ain't got to be half naked. Every now and then I like to pop on a crop top. I like a fitted dress. You know what I'm saying? I work out in my shorts, my short shorts, and my bra top or whatever. That's how I work out. That's how I go out on the trail when I'm running. So you can be sexy without being naked. You can be attractive without being naked. Your conversation, you know what I mean, ladies? Your conversation, like we hear. The social media is this thing that feeds us all the time. I used to find myself on it all the time, just scrolling and looking at people and seeing what they was doing and stuff like that. And sometimes it would distract me. I had to pull away from it, and I had to get away from it. I had to get back in my own lane. But we be so caught up in so many things that go on social media, we start mimicking that behavior, and we don't even know we mimicking the behavior. Like, I've seen so many, like, my best friend, she said, why is it that y'all do that all the time? She said she gonna do a video. Why is it that y'all do that all the time? Y'all put the camera up in y'all face and y'all don't say nothing, and y'all just be like, facts, guilty. It's just we begin to become accustomed to the things around us, and before long we mimicking those things. But this is the point where, like, even with fitness, after I believe it's 7 days you don't work out, your body detrains itself. So it's like starting all over again. So this is the point to where now we got to detrain ourselves. We got to detrain ourselves. Every picture I see mostly on social media is the back of somebody's back. Like, what happened to your face? What happened to taking a picture and smiling? What happened to taking a picture and showing your face? Why every time you take a picture, I gotta see your back looking down at your booty? We know you got a booty. We know it's that, whether it's banged up, whether it's round, whether it's artificial, whether it's glutes, whatever it is. Even fitness pictures are even being over sexualized. So it's kind of like we being trained. We being trained. I watch this little girl on my Insta story, not my Insta story, on the Explorer page, and her mama say, "Take a picture, baby," and the baby turned around and did that, and was looking at mama laughing. Like, we training these young girls that coming up behind us. We training them how to carry themselves. We training them how to disrespect themselves. We training them to not walk with their head up and with their crowns on. We training them. And so now is the time that we got to detrain. We got to be better examples. You know what I mean? I'm looking at life through different lenses now, especially since I'm about to be 49 next month. Yep, I said it, 49. So with that being said, I'm like, I walking this morning, I'm talking to God. Like, I have conversations with God. Walking this morning, I'm saying, God, it's time for me to live the best life that I've ever lived. I want to live the rest of my life out successful. I want to live the rest of my life out happy. I want to live the rest of my life out, not comfortable, but I want to leave an impact for my children. I want to leave a legacy for my children. I told God what kind of house I want. I told God what kind of car I want to drive. I told God how I really want to get myself together mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. I had that conversation with God. And so now it's time to detrain ourselves, and now it's time to start talking to ourselves, and now it's time to start actually working on ourselves and getting ourselves together. You know, I was talking to my pops last night. We was on the phone. I said, what's crazy? I said, what's so crazy is women are at the point right now to where they're most successful. They're most independent. Their faith is stronger than anything. Pretty soon they're going to be saying, what I need a man for? What do I need a man for? Other than the usual. Or the what is the word I'm looking for? Not even the usual. Can't forget the word I'm looking for. But other than the obvious. That's it. Other than the obvious. So it's kind of like, what do I need a man for? You know what I mean? And it's coming to that point to where, brothers, y'all got to step it up. Y'all got to step it up. It ain't about the size of your boat. It ain't about the money you got in the bank. Because women making their own money. It ain't about the car you drive. Like, intellectually, you got to captivate her. You have to stimulate her intellectually. Mentally, you have to be in sync with her thoughts and her emotions and things like that. So you got to be a psychic. Emotionally, you got to be man enough, but still vulnerable enough to show that, you know what? I'm a man. I can hold it down. I can handle my business, but I'm also sensitive to your needs. I'm not only sensitive to your needs, I'm sensitive to your wants. You know, at the end of the day, you could find a woman that's making her own paper. I mean, making mega paper. She making her money. She doing her thing. She don't need nothing from nobody. But you could find a woman that's dealing with a man that probably got the same money or not the same money. And at the end of the day, if the man makes a gesture, the slightest gesture of even a rose or a note on a pillow with a cup of coffee, or you know what? Go relax yourself. Go enjoy yourself. Here's a spa day. She don't need it. But you know what? Just the idea that you took the initiative to do that. And although she's independent, because I know some independent women. I know some women with some cake. And you know what they tell me? I ain't need him to do that for me, but it was just a thought that counted. You know, I always take care of everybody. I always do this. I always take care of myself in this way, or take care of myself that way. But it was so nice. And it was so refreshing that he did that for me. Then, you know, I've been talking to, you know, just like, you know, girlfriends talk. Girlfriends talk. So we have these conversations, and we have these conversations about money, goals, relationships, sex, God, fashion. We talk about everything. And one of the main things that I am constantly hearing in this circle of conversation is, these men gotta get it together. Y'all gotta get it together. She ain't looking for you to buy her the world. She ain't looking for you to give her your last. Bro, she looking for love. She looking for attention. She looking for time. She looking for your heart. She looking for those gestures that you make. What they say, chivalry is dead. You know what I mean? Chivalry is dead. That's what they say. Chivalry is dead. I think it is. I think I know a handful of men. I know a handful of men that I look at and I see and I admire for the way that they treat their women. But see, what happens is, You think you so masculine, you think you so mannish, or that you got it all together, and before you know it, she out the door, or she gone, or Billy done scooped her up, or something. You know why? Because you were so into yourself and in tune with yourself and thought you had it all together, and you thought it was all about you, and she wasn't going nowhere, and she wasn't leaving, and all that other stuff. Yeah, she showed you. But then you know what else I'm thinking about? I was thinking about too, you know how they say the grass ain't greener on the other side. It ain't greener on the other side. Now, you might get to the other side and it may not be greener, but you can bring a little water and fertilization to it with the proper time and attention. But do you want to go work that hard? Or do you want to tend to the grass you have? You know, make sure the grass you got growing. And who knows? It just may be a high possibility, a high probability that the grass is dead. The ground is dead. And the grass ain't even going to grow. You know? So it's just a lot of factors to kind of like think about. You know? So, brother man, even if you feel like the grass is greener on the other side, and then you get there, you find out the grass itchy. It smell like manure. Like fresh fertilizer. It's not, oh, this grass ain't as good as I thought it was. But you done abandoned the other grass that you had because you thought the grass was greener on the other side. You gonna regret it, bro. You're going to regret it, bro. Because guess what? What you not paying attention to, what you not looking at, what you not in tune to, Billy is. Billy is. And you may not treat her the way she deserves to be treated, but Billy will. You may not make the small gestures of a note on the table and a cup of coffee. Billy will. You may not say, sweetheart, here goes a spa day. Billy will. You may not say, oh, let me rub your feet and da-da-da-da-da. Billy will. You may not tell him, you know what, I'm proud of you. Susan will. You may not stroke his ego and tell him how great he is and how handsome he is. And he might got one eye in the middle of his head with two teeth, and you ain't telling him how handsome he is. Susan is. Yeah. You may not buy him little gifts here and there and make these little gestures for him. Susan will. Susan will. I'm telling y'all, we got to start training, detraining ourselves from what we was taught when we were taught as children. You know, growing up, I seen my mama work all the time. I seen my mama hustle all the time. I seen when it was time for something to get done, my mama did it. She ain't wait on no man. So you know what I grew up saying? I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. You know, before I got married, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I could do this on my own. I could do that on my own. And then it got to a point where I got so spoiled, you know, in my relationship. And I like, you know, not saying I was living a life of Riley or none of that, but I just got so spoiled and comfortable with my husband doing everything that I just want to do nothing. I ain't want to do that myself. And then reality stepped in. And when reality stepped in, it was like, you won't try to do something for yourself. Reality stepped in, and reality was like, you know what, you want to try to take, you know, do some things to bring to the table. Do some things to contribute to your family. You know, you will want to. And guess what? When I did finally step up and start working and gained a level of independency of my own, and not always relying on him to take care of everything, or him to cover, you know, everything that he was covering, it felt good. It felt good. I had to detrain myself from being just this housewife that was comfortable and that just, you know, I ain't worried about nothing. He gonna do everything. I ain't worried about nothing. He gonna do everything. And it was hard detraining myself from that, because it had been like that for years, since my children were like in elementary. Like they were always afforded the opportunity to have their mama there. They was always afforded to have the opportunity that when they got on the bus and got off the bus, I was there, because that was the way the relationship worked. That's the way I wanted it. That's the way he wanted it. And that's the way it was. But I found comfort in that. So much comfort to where I wasn't taking care of myself or doing nothing for myself. I was totally reliant on him. Now, what would have happened if he would have dropped dead to jail tomorrow? What happened if he said, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of taking care of you. I don't want to do this no more. What would happen? I'd have been belly up and stuck out. But now I know better. When you know better, you do better. I had to detrain myself. Detrain myself. And once I got to that level of detraining myself, I got into the fitness industry. Then after I got into the fitness industry, I wrote 2 books. You know, after I wrote 2 books, I started doing motivational speaking and started mentoring. And now I got an album coming out. You know, and at the end of the day, my darlings, with all that being said and done, find freedom and not adapting to systems. Find freedom and not doing everything that everybody else is doing. Find freedom in being different. I remember the first time I put on my yellow suit with a crop top and my G-Nikes. I was like, what the heck? I was getting DMs and inboxes. Your belly button out? It's a belly button. It wasn't a vagina. It was a belly button. Like a belly button was out. A belly button. And I'm like, what's the big deal? It's a crop top. But there was one time in my life I wouldn't even put a crop top on because people was going to judge me. And I don't want y'all to get this twisted either, because at the end of the day, my girl, my boy, there is a level of, hold on, let me get a sip. Some of us put ourselves in this light, in this, you know, in this limelight, or in different situations or positions or whatnot, and we want to live like regular people. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Like, there are certain things that I wouldn't do because I don't want to influence anyone the wrong way, given the fact that I have a level of influence. So I don't want to influence people the wrong way, and not just people, my daughters. So it's just certain things that I wouldn't outright do, you know, in public, because I don't want anybody to be swayed because of me, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, I don't carry, like, I don't think I carry that level of power or influence that, you know, people are watching like that. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not getting on no soapbox. I'm not saying I'm bigger than I am. I'm not saying I'm smaller than I am, or none of that. I'm just saying that, you know, just giving you that disclosure. But at the end of the day, like, it's certain people that shouldn't be doing certain things on social media just because you carry that level of influence. The freedom of speech for me is being free to do freedom to do and to be who I want to be. And sometimes people might not agree with whatever that might be. You know, sometimes I might get the side eye. You know, I remember dancing on social media one time with my one of my clients in the gym, and what was the song playing? Hit her with the left, hit her with the right. I'ma knock it like fight night. It was fight night, and me and my client was playing, and we was having fun. Do you know I got judged for dancing with my client, not knowing that my client was very up there in weight and she was struggling in her workout, and in order for her to get through it, I threw some music on, and in between rounds when I was working her out, I said dance break, because I knew it was going to take her mind off of all the hard work she had to do for the next 15 or 20 minutes. I got judged for that, and I was like, whoa. Certain things I wouldn't say. I wouldn't speak up for myself. I wouldn't voice my opinions. I wouldn't say what I mean what I say. I wouldn't say how I feel. I wouldn't allow myself to feel for the fear of other people and how they would feel. I would put people before me. I would endure certain things under certain conditions for the happiness of others and not myself. The freedom of speech means, you know what, I am free to be who I want to be, and I don't care who thinks what, because only God can judge me at the end of the day. That's who my relationship with. So I ain't got no need to hide nothing from nobody. Because at the end of the day, when I face the king, I got to answer for my own self, for my own sins, for my own life, period. So, you know, the freedom of speech is speaking up and speaking out. And, you know, today was one of those days I just wanted to talk about being detrained. Like, get out of your own way. Stop living like other people and live the life you want to live now. You know, like I said, even with the, what was that? Was that an eyelash? Even with the total life changes thing. Oh, I'm going to get her. Even with the total life changes thing, you know. Yeah, I sell it. But I ain't slinging it like that. I don't want to be a salesperson. You know, I love what I do now. Look at that, y'all. I'm going to get her. I rub my eye and my eyelash fell. Me and her going to have a fight about that. But either way, I love what I do. I don't want to be a salesman. I don't want to sell nothing for nobody. I was talking to, who I was talking to? My producer. And I was telling him, boy, look, I want to make money while I'm sleeping. I want to make money while I'm sleeping. So mark that today, August the 30th at 1:41 p.m. You're going to see me making money while I'm sleeping. You're going to see me making moves while I'm sleeping. You're going to see me flourish before your eyes. You're going to see me break barriers. You're going to see me break through all those statistics of what a girl like me that grew up under the circumstances that I grew up under, how I broke all those barriers and became the success that God wanted me to be and the success that I knew I could be, you know. And so it's just time out for boxing yourself in and for putting those restraints on yourself. It's time out for that, sugars. It's time out for that, sweethearts. Now it's time to detrain yourself from the systems and the customs and the trends and the fads of the world and really start putting some things in place for you. Start making some statements for you. Start doing some things that make you happy. Start doing some things that help others out. You know, that literally puts people in a place of power. You know what I'm saying? Like, start doing that. Start making those kind of moves. Start putting that kind of energy into the world. So that's my Car Chronicle for today. That's all I wanted to say. I was just thinking about that earlier, and like I said, you know, it's time to detrain yourself. It's time to detrain yourself. It's time to start over. Anyway, the Freedom of Speech single will be released September the 12th, along with the video. Stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. In the meantime, in between time, click the link in my bio. Buy one of my books. Support a sister. It's sad that I be seeing the insights. About 700 of y'all saw the story and only 12 or 13 of y'all liked it. I don't be no daggone hater. If you buy my book, it ain't gonna make me no richer than what it gonna make you and what you got in your account. Well, it probably would, but either way, buy the book From Pain to Power or buy the book Powerful and empower yourself. And be on the lookout for this music. Boy, I got some music for y'all, baby. Check out the podcast, Oh Well with Zeta Michelle. Click the link in my bio. It leads you to every little thing that I just said you can do. Follow me here on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, Zetaville. Check out my website, makingpowermoves.com. Buy a book, buy a shirt, buy something. Either way. Oh Well. Oh Well with Zeta Michelle on Spotify, Anchor, wherever podcast is available. All right, y'all. That's it for my Car Chronicle. Peace.